Hey people of the VC, it's Andy Cloudy Mulder. Collection update time. I've got 5, maybe 6 albums here to show this time. Trying to clear the decks down, be ahead of this Friday and the new Iron Maiden album release, because I am going to be all over that one when it comes. No doubt I will probably do some sort of unboxing video and first thoughts like 14 million other people on YouTube, but I'm really excited about it. Can't wait. So clearing a few things down, having a good listen of these albums so they can go on the shelves of the rest of the collection. First one, it'll be a big surprise to many of you that have been following me for some time, because this is an artist that I have said many times that I would never get my head around him at all, and well, the singer anyway. So Merciful Fate, of course I'm talking about King Diamond when I'm talking about the singer. Somebody I have never clicked with, and I'm not 100% sure I've clicked with him now, but Melissa, their first album, has found its way into my collection. How the hell did that happen? Well, this is originally out in 1983, and this is the 2020 Metal Blade European pressing, reissue, remaster probably. So I have been going through a phase of downloading and listening to some old BBC Friday rock show shows. They're 2 hours long. They used to run 10 PM till midnight on a Friday night, hence the name. Back in the 70s all the way through to the 90s. And there's a wiki page online that just has loads of the shows that people have they've recorded onto tape, and some of them are a little bit dodgy in terms of sound. The tape's a bit warped, but they've ripped them and uploaded them. There's this whole archive of Friday rock shows, and I'm just having a blast going through and listening to some. And Tommy Vance, the DJ, he used to play sessions from various bands. Being the BBC, people would come in and record versions of their songs for TV to play on the radio. And Merciful Fate did this, and it was first broadcast at 22nd of April 1983. So I was listening to that broadcast, and kind of wasn't expecting much. Maybe expecting even to fast forward past those tracks, but he played 3 tracks, and the session consisted of Evil, Curse of the Pharaohs, and Satan's Fall, all of which were on the first album. And I thoroughly enjoyed them, so I went online, found this reissue for a decent price, and thought, well, let's give the whole album a go. Musically, I find Merciful Fate amazing. I love the combo of Denner and Sherman, the twin guitar attack. I've got a couple of Denner Sherman albums as well. Got another Hank Sherman, and he was in Fate as well. I've got one of those as well. So kind of musician wise, I love these guys. Just King Diamond. Now Evil, Curse of the Pharaohs, and Satan's Fall is just about half of this album, and I think those are brilliant songs. And this starts off with Evil and Curse of the Pharaohs, so it's really familiar, so I'm really getting into it. And then all of a sudden Into the Coven kicks in, and KD hits the helium straight away, and you know, I kind of spend most of the time listening to that song with a face like I've trod on Lego the whole way through. It's I just don't get it at all, to be honest with you. Black Funeral redeems itself a little on side B. Satan's Fall, 11 minutes long. There's some screechy bits in there, but it's an epic song. And Melissa, I find a little hit and miss again. I know that's the song that everybody loves in the title track of the album, but who knows, it may grow on me a little bit more. But well, you know, I never expected to have any Merciful Fate in my collection anytime soon, so we'll see whether I progress and get some more. But I'd have to listen to the album and have to like, you know, most of the album. There's Time of the Oath is the next one, so we'll see. Maybe I'll do a bit more digging, but I'm not in a rush to get any more. Next up was a reissue I picked up, a Music on Vinyl reissue that I grabbed, and this is Zentric's second album, For Whose Advantage, from 1990. This only came out this month, I think, on reissue. It's on blue vinyl, and Music on Vinyl, as always, do a fantastic job of repressing and reproducing the album. What's the hype sticker? We've even got a Roadrunner sticker here. Hype sticker, Zentrix for Whose Advantage, limited edition of 1,500 individually numbered copies on transparent blue coloured vinyl. Includes an insert, 180 audiogram file. Doesn't feel 180 to me. I'm sure others that have claimed to be 180 seem heavier than that. What number have I got? 426, because that's important. And an insert as well with band and lyrics on the flip side. One of the better UK thrash bands, and this sounds absolutely fantastic. Human Condition is probably my favourite song off the album, but it's all good. It's really well worth picking up if you can grab it. I just wish that they would reissue Shattered Existence. I don't know why they were able to do that one and not the other one. I've got to tell you what's going on in the background. I'm going mainstream, so I normally play bands that don't have a deal or a private presence, but I thought I would give a go and try and avoid a copyright strike by playing like a bootleg. So this is Anthrax Broadcast Collection box set. It's got 4 discs that come. It's 3 shows, and this is the second disc of the Wallace Civic Centre, Fitchburg, Massachusetts, April the 8th, 1983. So it's live Anthrax with John Bush on vocals. Really good little set, that. Let's move on to the album. So the only original 80s album I've got in this collection is one that I showed on the vinyl pickups a few weeks back, but I hadn't heard, and one that a few people in the comments when I showed it suggested that I probably wouldn't like it. And that's Saracen, Heroes, Saints and Fools from 1981. Having heard this now, I can completely see why people would think I didn't like it. It's quite progressive, sort of hard rock, heavy metal elements to it, very sort of 70s sounding. It's got clean vocals. The vocalist sounds a little like a cross between Sean Harris of Diamond Head and Bob Catley of Magnum. In fact, they're a bit, compare them to Magnum in a few places, but probably a little bit more hard rocking at times. The main thing though that I think would, if you'd have described it to me the way I'm describing it, it's got a lot of sort of 70s keyboard, sort of rock organ sound to it, and that's something that normally completely puts me off. But man, I love this album. I have played this over and over and over again. Dolphin Ride is probably the only song. There's 7 songs on here. They're quite long. In fact, there's 3 under 4 minutes and 4 over 7. Dolphin Ride splits Heroes, Saints and Fools, the title track, and Ready to Fly, which are both really great, catchy. It's just the choruses in here are really good. The lyrics, you can sing along to it, absolutely fantastic. Dolphin Ride, I think, is an instrumental, if I remember rightly, but it's a really keyboard heavy, semi-psychedelic, progressive instrumental. Ugh. But yeah, the rest of it is really good. Heroes, Saints and Fools at 7 minutes 40 is, I mean, even that sort of, I've got the chuggy church organ to it. It's probably the most proggy 70s song on it, but it's absolutely captivating. Absolutely love it. I can't recommend this album highly enough. Crusader, Rock of Ages, fantastic songs. Ready to Fly, the 8 minutes 20 epic at the end, is just really catchy, leaves you wanting so much more. I picked this up for a great price. I made an offer on somebody and it was still a lot cheaper than the lowest price that's going on Discogs. Really, really good stuff. This was on Nucleus Records. Very sort of basic label. It's from 1980, as I say, and they are classed as a new wave of British heavy metal band, but they don't really have that sound you would associate with them, though they are in the era of the new wave of British heavy metal. Okay, next up, somebody else who was around the new wave of British heavy metal, but this album is from his solo career, and I am slowly but surely working my way through Bruce Dickinson's collection. This is balls to Picasso. This is a 2017 reissue of the 1994 release, his second album. I swear Bruce's vocals are probably the best sounding that they have been in his solo career over when he was with Maiden. It's almost like it was leading up to this, not this album particularly, but his solo career. Absolutely fantastic stuff. Musically, this album though, okay, it's nowhere near Maiden. You all know that. Most people probably know Bruce Dickinson's solo catalogue far better than me. I'm really late to the party with it, but this is feels very experimental. There's lots of sort of groove elements to it. Almost, it's not really rap, or is it sort of hip hop? I don't know how to describe it, but there's sort of the style of singing where it's kind of mono-paced but fast. Not a big fan of it, but it's Bruce, so I am going to forgive him this time around. I'm familiar with a couple of the songs. Gods of War and Change of Heart are both on the Sarajevo soundtrack, which is a fantastic compilation album if you want to get into Bruce Dickinson stuff. Hell No is a great song. 1,000 Points of Light probably is my least favourite song, although it's got a catchy chorus. Oh no, actually tell a lie. Tears of the Dragon is probably my favourite song. The chorus on that is a real taste of what were to come when he rejoined Maiden later on, specifically around sort of matter of life and death period. Not the whole song, just the chorus. I am now in the hunt for a decent price copy of Chemical Wedding and Accident of Birth. These aren't hard to pick up, but I didn't want to pay over 20 quid for a single disc album, which is what this is. The inners, I believe, are the same in all of them, because it's just got a write-up of the solo works and talks about all the albums, including this one, but not specifically about this one. And so I've now got Tattoo Millionaire, which is still in my inbox. It's been in there for over 2 years now. Last time I visited it, I just couldn't get on with it at all, and that's all down to All the Young Dudes. I need to listen to it without listening to that song. Tyranny of Souls I love that album, that's fantastic, and I've got Balls to Picasso. So Accident of Birth and Chemical Wedding next, hopefully, although if Scope Works pops up, I may end up getting that one beforehand. But yeah, Bruce Dickinson, fantastic, and I can't wait to hear how he sounds on the new album. I know it's not going to be fantastic. I know he's a lot older now and his voice isn't what it was and blah blah blah, but it's Maiden, I'm getting it, and I'm damn well going to enjoy it. Oh, this one, I've been waiting for this to come down in price for a long time to get it on vinyl. I've had it on CD, so I've not been in that big a rush to get it on vinyl, but it's just such a shame I've had to kind of get it within a few weeks of the passing of Mike Howe. I think it's the 12th studio album probably, and really unfortunately probably their last album. I don't know whether they will put out any more material under the name of Metal Church, but who knows. But this album is an absolute belter. Start to finish, every song. I couldn't pick out one, so I'll pick out 3 or 4. Damned If You Do, By the Numbers, Love, Monkey Finger, Revolution Underway. But the whole thing, absolutely superb. Delighted to get a copy of this on vinyl and crank it up on the stereo. Really a great album. This is the Nuclear Blast European pressing version. It's on black vinyl, just black and white labels that say 45 RPM, but no, 33 RPM, I'll have you know. Not that I played it at the wrong speed, because I assumed it was going to be 33 anyway. It was only when I was putting it away that I realised the misprint in that regard. I think it's a throwback from, I was talking to Darcy. He's got the Rat Pack coloured vinyl version, and that does play at 45 RPM, but that has 45 RPM all over it in big letters, whereas this is just really subtle. As I say, it's the Nuclear Blast version, European copy. Just glad to have it in the collection. Last one for today. I only got today, only came in today. Now that is probably a world record, me showing something on the day and happy to put it on the shelf, but it is an album, again, I know really well. In my head I always want to say this is the first Judas Priest album. This is the first Judas Priest album when I kind of really discovered them, British Steel. and I didn't listen to the 70s stuff for a long time. It was 80s Judas Priest were just everything to me. But I saw this on Amazon. It was really cheap. It's the We Are vinyl. It's the 2017 reissue of the 2001 remaster of the 1980 release. Now I do have a UK OG pressing, but I've kind of had this thing in my head where I want to kind of put together a box of records, 15 to 20. I think I've identified about 15 or 16 at the moment. And I want to get them as reissues. So they're all brand spanking new. And I kind of want this box almost to. I'm kind of making this up as I go along as well. Kind of to, if I was to give the gift of hard rock heavy metal to somebody, I could give them this box and they would completely understand me, my tastes, and what I think about heavy metal just through this one box. So Judas Priest are in there. There's going to be some Maiden in there, Metallica, Anthrax. Generally one album from each band, although there will be 2 Priest and 2 Maiden in there as well, because I'll be including some live albums. But it's just this thing I'm working on. If I ever get round to finishing it, then I will do a video. But this could be years away, because most of the albums I've got OGs of, or some of the reissues of ridiculous prices, and I'm not going to bankrupt myself over. It's just one of those sort of side project things that goes on in my head. But there we go. But I'm disappointed with this. It's We Are vinyl. It sounds absolutely incredible. It's completely clean, no crackles. Oh, sounds amazing. But given this is a European pressing, it's got the US track listing, which is the same as the UK track listing, but in a different order. So when I put on this today, it completely threw me. I mean, Rapid Fire is supposed to be the first track, followed by Metal Gods, Breaking the Law, Grinder United. Not Breaking the Law, Rapid Fire, Metal Gods, Grinder United. What's that all about? Side 2, supposed to be, you don't have to be All to Be Wise, then Living After Midnight, then The Rage, then Steeler. Not Living After Midnight, then you don't have to be rich. You don't have to be All to Be Wise. I mean, I don't get it. I honestly don't. I could start to feel the rage building up. I hate it when, I was going to say I hate it when they mess around with the order on reissues, but to be fair to them, they've taken the US, the tracks in the order they were in the US, and done that with a reissue, even though it's a European pressing. That's probably what pisses me off the most. Is if it's a European pressing, they should have gone with the rest of the world order, which is what was on here. However well they've done it, and it's not even like because it's a remaster, that they've had to change the order in order to fit things on the side. It's still the same damn songs on the same damn sides, but they just messed with the order. And I'm sure many of you in the US are looking at me like I'm completely nuts, because that is the order that you are familiar with, and any order would be wrong. But nah, Judas Priest, UK band, UK pressing, should be that order. Okay, calm. Anyway, it's a beautifully done reissue. It's got a nice inner sleeve, not poly-lined unfortunately, but nice picture, and red on black lyrics that are incredibly difficult to read. But who needs to read the lyrics to British Steel? It should all be in your heads by now. It is probably my favourite Judas Priest album. I'm not going to argue. I know it's not technically their best. I know it's not everybody's favourite, but this to me is being a teenager and discovering Judas Priest, and I'm just thinking they're a great band. I'm working my way from there. I worked my way kind of up, and then probably only in the last 10 years or so started working my way back into the 70s stuff. So I'm very much an 80s Priest head, and I make no apologies for that. So there we go, that's today's pickups. Get those out the way before Maiden lands on the 3rd of September. Absolutely can't wait for that. And I will no doubt share my thoughts on that album when it comes. Thanks for watching. Let me know what you think about these pickups, and Whether you completely agree or disagree with my analysis of them, that's what I'm here for. Chat to me in the comments. Great talking with you. See you again soon.